Hello everybody, welcome to Negotera Odyssey. How is everybody? Thanks you guys for your patience and also your beautiful messages of, hey Mel, is everything good? I haven't seen you post in a while. I just wanted to research, ride my bike, meditate, deal with and have a good time with some of my coaching practices and just sit back and gather information and research before sort of re-emerging in this, because I want really light, positive energy. And I also wanted to feel like it's something I'm inspired to do, and I really was so missing it. And I'll be trying all different kinds of formats. I know you guys love the outlays of pick a card and the soulmate reads and all of that. So I'll definitely be integrating all of this. But wow, what a pull today. And I just received this beautiful Van Gogh deck. I love it so much. I love Van Gogh art. It's so wonderful. But wow, you guys, King of Pentacles. So I want to talk about this first and foremost. Is the other day when I was walking, I was like, I want some new information. I don't know exactly what I want it to be on, but I want something inspiring. And I feel like this is a connection of everything. So we have like the King of Pentacles, the Hierophant, and the Ace of Cups. We want to fill our cup to the very brim so it's overflowing so we can share with others. This is where I also feel like I am at, and I am now able to do lots of videos and all the other things that I wanted. Carved out the time. Now my cup is overflowing and I have the energy for all that. That's what we need to do for ourselves before we give. We don't want the cup half full so it then later drains. I feel like you are going to have just this onslaught of people showing care and love for you. It's like, there's this book that I got that I love so much, and it is about just growth. Let me see. I have it close by and I want to get the right title because it is Practice Makes Purpose, and it's actually from Melissa Bernstein, the co-founder of Melissa and Doug, all those wonderful children's toys. She's wonderful. And it talks about how we spend 95% of our lives on autopilot, and we're so entrenched in the day-to-day, we don't stop to ask ourselves what gives our life purpose. That's the Hierophant right there. What is giving your life purpose? And I feel like a lot of you out there have been asking yourself that. Yes, being with our children, painting, all these things that measure by measure are fulfilling, but we need an individual sometimes thing that just takes hold of us and just launches us. This is my purpose that I love so much, and that's something that helped identify this and brought my return to it too, because it is amazing when we have well-being practices, we can unlock our full potential. But we have to realize, who are we? How do I feel? What brings me joy? What does give my life purpose? And a lot of you are recognizing that, and it is going to bring in abundance and wealth because it's in your wheelhouse that you're just striding towards economic fulfillment and growth and growing your resources. And you're going to be using, funnily enough, you're going to be using not only tried and true techniques, but also spiritual practices that help. Because one of the biggest things that really made me go aha in this book, and I loved it, and it was, they were talking about mind clouds, and they are our inhibiting beliefs. It clouds our ability to see ourselves and those around us objectively. That can happen a lot. If there's anxiousness, if we are on autopilot, especially because then we're not watching cues and clues for sure, right? We have the power to clear away those mind clouds and reframe them into positive beliefs. You know, I believe that is so true. We need time, space, compassion, and consistency. But I feel like you guys are really ready for this. This speaks of being ready for a well-being practice. It supports us and nourishes our bodies and minds. It grounds us so we can fully experience the present moment. That's huge. Have you ever been on a walk or been eating food or been in a conversation and all of a sudden you're pulled away by just a thought? It could be anything from taxes to sea glass to anything, and you're like, wait, why am I not being in the present moment and feeling grounded and feeling this breeze on my face and seeing the ocean or feeling this fabric? I like to do like sensory check-ins, like, ooh, what do my eyes see? What's a taste in my mouth? Is it salty from swimming? What do I hear? Do I hear seagulls? All these little things you're going to be connecting with that make you feel alive, that make you feel good. And it builds emotional resilience. And we need it to remain like steadfast in the face of these ups and downs, because it can be pretty wild. You know, it also helps us foster compassion for others. I always make eye contact, hold doors, look at people when I'm out, thank them if they're providing a service for me. I want to connect with these people. You are not a robot to me because you're getting me coffee or giving me stamps or sending a package. You're a human being that's doing a job, and I love to just connect. It's so important, and it helps cultivate more and more compassion and also self-compassion. But right now, you're all about replacing limiting beliefs with more objective truths about ourselves, right? And let's equip ourselves with energy that makes the most of our experiences. What are we putting in our body? We need to nourish ourselves. True story. My son is hilarious. He's just been off, just riding bikes, just doing everything, and he's in his third year at UConn, just cruising everywhere, having a blast, doing everything. And he came home last night about 9 or so, and we had this giant bag of goldfish, and he's just eating goldfish. And I said, what have you ingested today for food? He goes, I'm doing it right now. I'm like, so you're telling me you've gone all the way to 10 o'clock at night with no food, and you've been just bicycling and going places all day, and you've been by 100 restaurants and all this. And I found I just took a deep breath, and he's like, yeah, I know, but, and I said, here, I'm just gonna share this because it's true. I abused myself by poor eating habits for years, and I'm now that I pay attention to it, I know how to use fuel that helps my brain, that helps my organs, that helps my nervous system. It's really important. We can't go like entire 12-hour shifts with no food and then just have this. Your body, I'm like, you love sports, you love moving around, you love a healthy mind. I was like, food is the fuel for that. And I liked that I was just able to, like be calm and objective about it, not be like, oh my gosh, you haven't eaten, we don't need to panic. But this is for all of us out there that we're poor nourishers for ourselves sometimes, right? We'll put other people first. We'll put, business as usual. We don't need to do anything first before caring for our mental, physical, and spiritual self. Nothing is more important than that. And well-being is, hey, am I doing some meal prep? I feel like you're really going to stretch into that and go, I deserve to have healthy meals. So my mental state, my nervous system, and everything is feeling good. I'm going to make a contract with myself, It can be anything from, hey, if I find myself procrastinating, I'm going to remind myself of this, A, B, and C. I'll only overthink this. It'll become bigger in my mind, so on and so forth. Now, this is about also you unlocking new parts of yourself and successfully implementing new areas of practices where you feel really good. Everything has to start small because we can overwhelm ourselves. If we're like, we're going to walk 10 miles a day. No. My first thing with my bike too is, I'm just going to bike down a local beach, do some laps. Then I went to the next further beach, so on and so forth. These steps, we implement these steps, and we give ourselves the gift of embarking on new journeys because we want to be our best self. We'll be better able to realize our full potential and offer our best self to people around us. We're going to carve that trail, and it's going to serve as our guardrail and help us. And also, these practices help protect us against our mind and body's tendency towards returning to comfortable and familiar patterns that don't serve us. You're just going to bust out of that. You're like, no, this is what I deserve, and I'm not going to receive it by these limiting beliefs or thinking anything poorly. You're really going to say, I deserve my cup to be totally full, everything. I'm going to nourish the gonzers out of everything for myself. I'm going to have the good food. I love learning just bonkers things that are out there, like precedents that were set, just weird things, legalities, these little things. To be curious is to be alive, and that's the Hierophant. He wants to learn, know, spiritual, science, all of those things. And I feel like you're like, there's no time like the present, Through practice, we can literally change the structure of our brain, It is important that we do this for ourselves, and we do want to have beautiful purpose in our life. And I love this thing too, where the imagination, because this is all of this caught in there, to bring in this wealth and resources and love and everything is our imagination, and moves us from a little finite place to infinite, and we think more flexibly. We have creativity. It helps internalize ideas more deeply. It allows you to dream big and innovate and make these conceptions that come into an absolute reality. And it's going to help you step outside yourself and really create space to view yourself objectively, like, is this really good for me? In this book that I read too, The Practice Makes Purpose, there's a tree, and it talks about vitalizing. Vitality means being nurtured with a proper combination, water, sunlight, and what is necessary to grow, and create that healthy canopy for sure. As humans, if we deny ourselves the gratification of filling our basic needs, our energy will be expended on satiating those needs with no capacity to focus elsewhere. It's super true. You ever you lost your bandwidth? This happens to me when I'm shopping. If like I haven't eaten and I'm too hot or whatever, I all of a sudden feel like I'm overheating and I can't concentrate and I want to get out of that store, even if it's something I love, even if it's a bookstore. So again, remember, we need to have the capacity, so we need to nourish. Then we ground. It brings our awareness back to our roots, where we can weather any storms that are going on. It helps us feel less anxious. You're going to be able to do this beautifully for yourself. Connecting, without uncovering who we truly are, we can't share our authentic selves with the world. The connect is the practice that helps our essence flow and connecting to humanity. And really important on this tree too is blossoming. When we blossom, we fill our canopy with beautiful flowers and we can share our fruit with the world. It's amazing how often we just run out the door into the world without grounding first. We're like, hey, we forgot this, the keys. And this summer, it's very important for a couple of things. If we're going on a journey anywhere, the basics, lots of water, lots of hydration, making sure you have some kind of backup food source, little bag of something that helps us. I feel like you're about to identify your vision. This is really magical, you guys. Your motivation for focusing on your well-being is going to just rocket for you. You are going to design these habits and routines that make up a beautiful practice, and you're going to be able to implement them and uncover and reframe any of these inhibiting beliefs, because I believe that is the one thing that stops us from so much. They're like, oh, I'm not a golfer, I'm not this. You're anything you want to be. You are anything you want to be. And I feel like you're like, you know what? I am a special, amazing person. I am going out in the world and I'm going to show my magic, and I am going to start my practice. And again, it is like we're going to reinforce all the supportive ones that help us. We're not going to say, I'm not strong enough, no pain, no pain, no gain, I don't have time, any of that stuff. No, those are all inhibiting. We are not going to do that. We are going to turn over. Let's take the one quick example is, it's all or nothing. Either I adopt a healthy lifestyle or I don't. That's an old belief. And a new sort of belief is any action I take to support my well-being matters. And moderation is the key, and it is sustainable behavior for change. All or nothing, little frantic lunges rarely help. We get those on January 1st all the time. But you are going to just sort of lay out this beautiful plan through positive reinforcement, through words, I find when I write stuff down, I tend to be more apt to do them. It's showing me this is important, this practice is important. Food, hydration, the right kind of mental stimulation. Forget getting up first thing and getting right on the phone and being like, well, what bills do I have to pay? What emails do I have? Read something beautiful. I'll show you one thing that I read when I first got up and how happy it made me. I read this. It's beautiful. Whales, tap in your inner wisdom and navigate life's steps with grace and majesty. I read these things for the first 15 minutes. I read books and then I build that positivity and I reinforce it. And I get excited about the day, and then I tap into the things that need, tuning and all of that. I just feel it's beautiful. You're going to take time to focus on your well-being. It's an investment that is so important, and you are going to have the well-being of tomorrow by starting this one little thing. If you know you're someone, if you're going to open that bag of Doritos, whatever, you're going to eat the whole thing, don't buy it at the store. You're going to sort of just be pre-gaming things for success. I really feel this, and I feel this is the age where you clear so much refuse out of the way and you allow this beautiful love and self-love, compassion, care, upgaming your spiritual practices, relaxation, and again bringing in some wonderful and amazing resources for yourself that you're deserving of. So my beauties, that is what you are meant to hear today. I hope you all have a great day. Love and light.